What is up, everyone? It's Innovation YGL here, back again. Today I'm not really doing a top 10, which is what I'm trying to be known for on my channel. Right now I'm going to talk about these new cars coming out of Flames of Destruction. Now, honestly speaking, I have not been keeping up with this set, and it's a new set out of the OCG. So we'll probably get this set like almost May, June, maybe 3 months after, about April. We'll get this set around April, May. And they've been giving us some pretty good cars apparently, so right now I'm going to talk about the main cars that everyone's hyped about on Facebook, which is the Monster Reborn remake and the Pot of Greed remake. That just pretty much confirms to me that Konami never plans on intending unbanning those cars, because they made a post a while ago saying every car on a ban list will become unbanned at one point. So with that being said, since we do have a new version of these cards, if and when they do bring back Monster Reborn and or Pot of Greed off the ban list, they're probably gonna be errated with a completely different effect, something that is not reminiscent of what the actual cards do. So I'm gonna start off with reading some of the first few cards on this page, and we'll go from there. Let me scroll down really fast. So you have this guy, Jack Knight Arum, Psychic Link, just a 2000 beater, nothing more to be said about that. Cool artwork, by the way, really sick artwork. Let me go to that real fast. So yeah, pretty cool artwork. Then we have a car called Shimizu. He's on a Ukamo Nightmare Beckoning to World. This is a World Legacy card. And it's a new field spell for World Legacy. So all battle damage you would take from battles involving co-link monsters you control becomes 0. Once per turn during your main phase, you can select and activate one of the following effects. Move one Troy Mirror monster you control to another main monster zone or onto your side of the field. Exchange 2 or more positions, main monsters on your field. So it seems like it's a combination of Troy Mirrors, this new archetype I've been hearing about, and World Legacy. Honestly speaking, it seems pretty good. It's called Nightmare Beckoning. I guess they're gonna fight the Troy Mirror. I don't know, man. I'm not really into the whole the lore, the Yu-Gi-Oh lore, but it seems pretty interesting. Then we have Shibitsu no Hibuku Ginkuyo, the World Echo and the World Legacies. Last World Legacy Echo is a counter trap. If you control co-link monsters when the opponent controls a monster, effect, or spell or trap, negate the activation to destroy it. So generic, solemn judgment type of negation. While you control co-link monsters. Now this is pretty good, only because it's generic, and in decks like Spirals, if this card was out, it can probably win games. Honestly speaking, as a 2-of, reason being, it does offer that free negation while you set back row, and you don't have to pay the life points. It's good for the budget player. I like cards like that. I like good generic cards. So yeah, this card's pretty solid. Then they have another World Legacy card. It says target one link monster you control. Link summon one monster using monster you control materials. Yeah, I mean, okay, so if it allows you to link someone on your opponent's turn, that seems pretty good. You have it set, and you can just have a link monster on the board. Like, say for example, if you have like a decode talker and like a 1 random guy on your board, and you're trying to protect the board with decode talker, and then your opponent tries to like target your decode talker with a targeting effect to get rid of it, and you can just activate this, make a firewall dragon, fizzling out their card effect, and then using your firewall's effect to bounce back a card on their field. This is pretty solid. Will it see play? Maybe, but overall I think it's pretty good. Next up, let's see, we have a limit code. Let's see, a normal trap card. You can only activate a card name once per duel. Okay, it must be pretty broken. If you have a Cyberse monster in your graveyard, place a number of counters in this card equal to the number of those monsters. And if you do, special summon one cold talker monster from your extra deck. And if you do, equip it with this card. When this card leaves field, destroy that monster. So when they say Cold Talker, I know there's a Link monster out in the OC called Cold Talker. Can you get Decode Talker with this back? I don't know. I guess you can. So anything with Cold Talker in its name, you probably can grab back. That's pretty cool, I guess, for the Cyberse archetype. Second effect, during your end phase, remove a counter from this card. Or if you cannot remove any, destroy the card. So it's one of the things you can it's okay. It's pretty good for a dedicated deck that you can use it for. You can always, I guess, you can always just link someone off your Decode Talker if you use it with. Bring it back and keep on using it as link materials. So Konami's definitely trying to speed up the game with cards like this, and I believe they want Yu-Gi-Oh to be faster. I don't think they want to slow Yu-Gi-Oh down. I think honestly, right now I'm just gonna confirm they want Yu-Gi-Oh to be faster, especially with the announcement of a new Monster Reborn and a new Pot of Greed, which is arguably maybe better than Pot of Greed. But we're gonna get to that in a second. Side Burst with Cyclone. Quick play. Target one link monster the opponent controls. Banish a monster from your graveyard with the same arrows of that monster. And if you do, destroy target monster. If you banish a monster whose original type was Side Burst, you can destroy one face of card opponent's zone. And I don't think it'd be. I mean, it'd be side decked and teched, and people who want to use a cool card, cool type of people want to tech their decks out. But generally, cards and the other cards to be good aren't that great. I mean, it's worth trying as a one-of. It's like definitely a one-of if that. A really heavy link-based deck, definitely a one-of. So it's okay. Now this little girl, I've been saying her all over my Facebook page. Don't even know what she does. Apparently, she's the new hand trap that Konami is releasing. Yashiki, well, Rashi sounds like a Rashi girl. Yashiki, Yashiki, Dashiki, Rashi. Okay, anyway, let me stop. Let me be serious. 1800 defense, 0 attack. Same clause as Ash Blossom. So when you pitch her from your hand, you can negate any of these effects. Cards that add cards from the graveyard to the hand, deck, or extra deck. So add cards from graveyard to the hand, graveyard. Okay, hold on. I'm kind of confused. You can negate it. Okay, add cards from graveyard to the hand, deck, or extra deck. So anything that adds, you can negate. Okay, whatever. Special summons from the graveyard. Special summons from the graveyard. Okay, target a monster reborn. Whatever. Banish card from the graveyard. I think it's pretty solid. It seems like a more toned down version of Ash Blossom. So with that being said, I think they're probably looking to ban Ash Blossom in the near future or limit it, and they probably want this to be more of a fair replacement, which is good because Ash Blossom is a little OP. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty solid for what it's supposed to do. I guess, yeah, this seems like a more fair Ash Blossom. It won't replace Blossom, not at all, but people will play it once Blossom gets hit, if it ever gets hit. Apparently, Yashiki means mansion, so yeah, that's pretty dope as well. Okay, Alter Guy's Pixel. You can only use the first effect, this card's name, once per turn. You contribute this card, excavate the top 3 cards of your deck, and if you do, add one Alter Guy's card among them. Also send any remaining cards to the graveyard. This card is pretty good. It kind of reminds me of something that would be in Sylvan. So yeah, pretty solid. Level 1. It's that magical level 1. I wish it was a tuner for whatever reason. You know, level 1 tuners are good. Moving on. Let's see. Trickstar Bouquet. For the Trickstar players, you activate one card. This names per turn. Target one Trickstar monster you control and one face-up monster in the field. Return that Trickstar monster to hand. If you return other target monster gains attack equal to the original attack of the monster that was returned until the end of the turn. So you can save a Trickstar monster. You can turn one face monster in the field. So you can have a Trickstar monster on your board. You can do the little Trickstar shenanigans during the battle phase. Activate this because it's a quick play spell. Bounce the Trickstar back and boost your attack. They're definitely gonna run this as one of. It's pretty solid, and I believe it's searchable too. I don't play Trickstars like that, but comment in the comments down below if that card is searchable. Then you got Trickstar. Devil Infinium, 4 kids media Trickstar Infinium. Okay. Looks pretty cool to me. Materials, 2 or more Trickstar monsters. There are Trickstar monsters linked to this card. When this card declares an attack, you can target banish number of your banished Trickstar card up to the number of link monsters you control, add them to hand. Pretty solid for a Trickstar card. Alright, maybe we'll get to the good stuff. This all the Alter Guys, special summon a monster. Seems pretty decent. Watch Cat. That's pretty cute. You can only use each effect once per turn. If you control no monster, special summon this card from your hand. It's a level 1, not a tuner. Okay, that's not that good right now. Number 2, during your end phase in turn with this card special summon, you can banish this card you control. Set one continuous spell card from your deck. Your spell card. Oh, that's pretty solid. Continuous spell card. That's pretty solid. Since they just brought back this is pretty solid in wind-ups because they just made that new wind-up Zenmaity Link monster, and you know wind-up have wind-up factory, so you can definitely use this with wind-up factory. And like, so you can bring her out, link it off, and then when it was but you can banish. Hold on, do you got banish out of the graveyard or in phase? Special summon, you can banish the card you control. No, you can just do it. Special summon the banish during any phase. Oh, that's pretty solid. Yeah, that's pretty good. Going on turns, that's pretty good. Thought you had to banish out of the graveyard for some reason. A lot of cards that usually have effects like that make you banish out of the graveyard. Dark Lord, Fall Angel. You can send one Dark Lord monster from your hand, face up for the field, side of the field to the graveyard. Negate the effects of one monster. It's okay. And let's see, where's the good stuff at? Cyverse, link stuff. I'm gonna scroll down. I ain't trying to have this video be too long. Oh, this is once per turn, target one monster control, and move that monster you control to another of your main monster zones. It's okay. You can tribute one level 4 level Cybers monster, that's the number of Cyber normal monsters from your deck or graveyard whose level equal to the number of tribute. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, it's just okay. Like, let's see, Designator from the grave. Target one monster, opponent's graveyard, banish it until the next turn. That monster same name has their effects. That's pretty good. This is definitely gonna see play. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's definitely a good side deck card. Definitely decks like Spirals. Any decks that revolve off a graveyard, that's pretty good. Because a lot of decks nowadays like to burn through their resources turn 1, make us establish a board. You can set this on your turn, and your opponent's turn, when they try to bring out that monster or whatever they try to do, you can activate it so that you don't have to worry about their other card. I like that card a lot. That's going to definitely see some play. And by the fact, it banishes the card too. That's pretty good. So it definitely fills with things like Monster Reborn, the new Monster Reborn, etc., etc. More Alter Guy stuff. Yeah, let's see. More Cyber stuff. Let's scroll down a little bit more to get to the main reason y'all probably click the video to hear my opinion on. Okay, here we go. Light of Sekka. Denko Sekka, the mother F and G. Okay. You can only use 1 or 2 effects once per turn. Okay, so the first effect, if you have no spell and trap cards in your graveyard, draw 2 cards after activating this card. You cannot activate spell and trap cards for the rest of the duel except Light of Sekka. Effect number 2, you can banish the card from your graveyard, reveal 1 monster in your hand. If you do, return it to the deck, shuffle it, and then draw 1 card. So pretty much, if you don't get any other spell and trap cards in your graveyard, you can draw 2 cards. This card is so good, and it's so much of a fair version of Pot of Greed. Mainly because, like, if you go to open up, go on first, you can play this and you're good to go. And it says why this card is in your graveyard. If you control after activate, you can activate spell trap card for the rest of it, except Light of Sekka. So, and then a second effect, you can banish from your graveyard, reveal monster in hand. If you do, return to the deck and shuffle and draw 1 card. That's pretty good. It's gonna see played in a lot of deck. Maybe not that I read it up for a second time and it. So I have to know if this is a lingering effect, like you cannot activate spell trap card for the rest of the duel except Light of Sekka. But even then, if it's like that, okay, just play 3 of these in every deck. In a deck like Paleozoic, and there you go. I mean, and then reveal a monster, shuffle back. It's solid. It's gonna have decks for it. Trust me on that. And then let's see, Ruthless Drop Off. When a face-up card on the field or in the graveyard is added to the opponent's hand by a card effect, look at your opponent's hand. If you do, banish that card that was added, and all cards are the same name. Hold on, what? When a face-up card on the field or in the card in the graveyard is added to the opponent's hand by a card effect, look at opponent's hand. If you do, banish. Hold on. So that's pretty solid. I like that card a lot. That's probably like a super rare to TCG. Let's see. Poking the Serpent's Nest. It's a set card. Send to the graveyard, banished by the opponent's card effect. Special summon 1 monster. That's okay. It's not gonna be that good. All these unique. I'm loving this set right now, bro. I really am. Like, this set seems really. I like the generic good cards like that. You don't have to like pay an arm and I hope these don't get rarity bumped in the TCG. Now this is the card everyone's going nuts over. Sponsored Reborn. The name is so hilarious. Okay, this is definitely a staple of a 3 of in every deck. Okay, maybe 2, not a 3 of, but at least a 2 of, especially in combo decks. Target 3 monsters in your graveyard. Your opponent chooses 1 of those monsters for you to special summon, and you banish the remaining monsters. You can activate this card once per turn. So pretty much, you pick your 3 best monsters out of your graveyard. Your opponent pick 1 of those monsters, and you banish the rest. So essentially, if you have a deck and you burn through 3 of your 3 copies of the same monster, they have to pick that monster and send it back. It's really good. Definitely gonna see a lot of play, especially in 2 ofs, and in decks that benefit off of banishing. What is there not to like about this card? I mean, overall, man, this Flame of Destruction set seems to be pretty solid. I guess that's all they got. I guess they say the best for last. But overall, man, these new cards seem to be pretty insane. I usually don't do card reviews like that. I only do them very so often and sparingly because I don't know, I just don't care for doing I don't get excited about cards like that like I used to. But every time I get some good news with cards like this and cards like that, it kind of gets me excited to see that we have some spice in the game, but TCG won't be getting this for a while, so we just have to wait and see how they handle it. So with all that being said, man, subscribe if you haven't, like the video. This is Innovation YGO, and I'm signing out. Peace.